Hey guys, welcome to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and what they've been doing over the past day, as well as take a look at some of the top DeFi projects and their charts, and we'll see what they're doing as a project as well as how they're trading right now. If you like the content, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and give this video a like if you can. Um, so today, I just wanted to start out with um, the Bitcoin chart. So we'll take a look at that and then Ethereum, because Ethereum's kind of been um, a little bit more of the star of the show today. But let's take a look at the Bitcoin. This is on the daily here. And please let me know if the music is too loud. And Brian, yeah, I can check out Link today. We actually looked at Link yesterday, and there was it was looking like it might have a breakout. So we'll check that right after. We could do that right after Bitcoin here. Let's see here. So this was our setup from a few days ago. I'm going to go to the 1 hour chart here. And this was our technical pattern that broke out, and we're hoping eventually that we're going to hit our target of around 58. This pattern completes, but as you can see, we broke out through the line here and came down and made support once, and then just yesterday, or this morning actually, we came down and made support here again. So this this $50,000 mark is looking pretty good as far as some support goes, and hopefully we can keep going higher from here. And we'll keep an eye on it. It looks like we are forming another pattern here, so we'll chart that out real quick. Yeah, so I mean, this looks like a symmetrical triangles forming here, and this is only a move will happen within a day. It looks like maybe even less than a day. We should see some sort of move here. It's possible, we have another breakout up and go up a couple more thousand. That's possible. We also could have a breakdown, and hopefully we would bounce again off of this support line here. Let's bring it out a little bit. We have this pattern from a few days ago, which broke out, and it has acted as support. And hopefully, the last time we broke out of one of these patterns, we had quite a bit of momentum. Now that was due to the Tesla announcement, but it's quite possible that we keep going up. So, and there is so much news right now it seems like every day another company is investing, um, or you know, they're putting some of their money from their balance sheet into Bitcoin and Ethereum. I do have a video from BlackRock, which is the biggest uh, investment company in the world. They have about $7 trillion in assets, and they have not given an exact figure, but they just, I believe this was this morning, if not last night. Um, but we can take a look here. Let me turn the music down.
I'm pretty good at math, scientific notation. Just trying to do the math. People think I can't do math. I'm pretty good at math, scientific notation, everything. So, where's Larry comes in? He loves to brag. What's your how much you got under management now at BlackRock? What is it? 7, 8, something like that. It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
What is it? Because you manage it so well. What is it?
Yeah, no, it's I watch what I have to do all day.
It's up
so
there.
I'm managing that too.
It doesn't matter.
It's up there.
So,
Yeah.
so Bitcoin bulls say 1%. Even just as a hedge against money printing, put 1% into Bitcoin. I'm trying to figure out what 1% of 7 trillion would mean for Bitcoin. That would be. What are you doing? Are you doing anything? Are you recommending anything? What's BlackRock got in the works for
Listen,
Bitcoin? Or
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think crypto is generally has gotten the imagination of a lot of people. I mean, having, today the volatility of it is extraordinary. But listen, people are looking for storehouses of value. People are looking for places that could appreciate, under the assumption that inflation moves higher and the debts are building. So yeah, so we've started to dabble a bit into it, and I wouldn't put a number on the percentage allocation one should have. It depends on what the rest of your portfolio looks like. But listen, I think you talked about one of your shows. My sense is the technology has evolved and the regulations have evolved to the point where a number of people find that it should be part of the portfolio, and so that's what's driving the price up.
Can you speak to BlackRock's eventual plans? What would you be recommending? I mean, you're not as old as Mellon. You got a lot more money, but that's one of the oldest banks around. They saw fit to make a comment. What do you think will happen down the road?
So, I mean, I'm not in a position to make recommendation on that. So, listen, I think some people holding it as a storehouse of value and diversifying your portfolio. Listen, the one thing I've owned, and I think somebody said on one of on the show I was on with you guys recently, we're holding a lot more cash than we've held historically. It's because duration doesn't work, interest rates don't work as a hedge, and so diversifying into other assets makes some sense. And so, holding some portion of what you hold in cash and things like crypto is, seems to make some sense to me. But I wouldn't espouse a certain allocation or target holding.
This kitchen is hard at work.
Yeah. So that's BlackRock, the biggest investment company in the world as far as how much they hold in assets. And 1% of 7 trillion going into Bitcoin would certainly kind of make the Tesla announcement seem pretty small in comparison. So who knows, that he's obviously being a little coy with what he has invested, or if they've invested yet, but what their plans are. But he definitely seems to be pretty optimistic. And a lot of these guys would not touch Bitcoin just a couple years ago. So you're really seeing a lot of really top investment guys from the past few decades kind of change their mind and change their tone on what they think about this. And a big reason for that is what what he talked about there at the end, that the interest rates, as far as bonds go, and you know, they're headed towards negative interest rates right now. Like you don't get anything for your money, or not much at all. So these companies, these hedge funds, they have tons of cash on hand, and which would normally be, you know, diversified a little bit more, but they're not getting anything for normal investments right now. So they are looking for other opportunities, and right now, Bitcoin is a good alternative for some of them, or at least they think so, and I think so as well. But yeah, overall, you know, we'll keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart. It's looking pretty healthy. Hopefully, we, you know, if we do break down out of this triangle here, we will make some support again on here, making it even stronger. And if not, hopefully we head up and keep going. It's been a great couple weeks for Bitcoin, that's for sure. I want to check out link for Brian there. We'll take a look. I'm pretty sure we looked at this yesterday, so should have some charting on it. Let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. So it's looking pretty similar to the Bitcoin chart. We were in a nice ascending channel here and broke out, and now we're forming close to a symmetrical triangle. And you know, you can see here on the 4-hour chart, we hit this 3 times now. And, you know, instead of going back down to the bottom this time in the past 12 hours, it looks like we might be trying to give another go at the top. And we'll see what happens. Certainly, if Bitcoin goes up a little bit, that could bring Chainlink, it could bring Link above here. For a little breakout. And even so, even if Bitcoin kind of stays right around where it is, that is giving some, you know, it is funneling down some of the Bitcoin money into these altcoins, and normally it will go from Bitcoin to the top altcoins first, and Link is in the top 20. It's one of my favorite altcoins to be invested in because it's needed everywhere. We talked about that yesterday. It's needed for a lot of the other cryptocurrency projects. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, we could break it down, even go to the 15-minute chart and kind of see what we're working with here. You know, it seems to be staying, you know, this could be a reversed head and shoulders pattern. You know, it's debatable, but it's, you know, if this does get back up to the neckline here, maybe we see a breakout up. But again, this is on the 15-minute chart, so we'll see what happens. But overall, we're in a bull market right now. Everything's been kind of just looking really good lately. I would be really surprised if we end up breaking down out of this pattern. And Chainlink has been, you know, it's had its moments for the past few months, but as good of a project that Chainlink is, I feel like it has a lot of room to grow still. So there's been other projects that I would argue are not as efficient as Chainlink that have gone up even more percentage-wise than Chainlink. So we'll see what happens, but it's looking really good. And yeah, I'll any setup that is getting close to a breakout point, I'm going to start posting screenshots of them on my Twitter. I believe you can see the link for my Twitter in the About section of my YouTube channel. So if you want to go on there, give me a follow on Twitter. I'll be posting these charts. I'll try to post some of them tonight. The ones that are looking pretty ready to make a move. Whether that's up or down, we don't know, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, you're looking for an entry around 33. Yeah, so a good, how I would trade this, not financial advice, but we'll go back down to the 15-minute chart here. I would most likely have my entry set, 30, maybe 33 and 33.5, something like that, where we actually have some breakout here. There's always a possibility of a fake out where it could come back down. But if we break this line of resistance, probability increases dramatically in your favor that we're going to go up even higher. So, putting a buy order in around 33.5 would not be bad, because at that point we're definitely above that, especially if it happens later on even. And then you can also, if you do get your buy order filled, you can put a stop loss, right below the line, maybe around 32.8, something like that, if it does end up kind of faking us out and heading back down to touch the bottom of this channel. But yeah, I would around 33.5 I would say is a good sign that we're probably headed up for some more. And then as we head up, breaking, I'll put another breaking this all-time high, obviously that, if you do end up getting a buy order through, hitting the top here, you can, that could be a 35.7, somewhere you want to, our all-time high, that might be somewhere you want to watch. So we'll see what happens, but you might want to keep that in mind as a, maybe taking some profits there, and then seeing if we can break up higher, which I think there's a good chance of as well. All right, thanks, Brian. Here we go. So I know some of you are invested in Ethereum, so we can go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart as well. And Ethereum did have a breakout here from what we were talking about yesterday. Let's go to the hourly. So we came up and we tested this top line. That's why we have this here, the 1800, about 1850. We hit that a few times, or very close to it a lot, and we were in this ascending triangle here, and finally we were able to break through, and you could see what happened, guys. Right when we finally got past this big burst, all the way up past 1900, and now we're doing some more consolidation while heading up. Hopefully we're still in this, if we scroll back a little bit, we're still in this ascending wedge, but you can see, guys, how well this pattern has been working out, especially if you're trading it. Not financial advice, but this has just been happening since the beginning of the year. We've been in this pattern, if not before that a little bit, ever since its big breakout at around 700. We've been in this pattern, and again, we're looking at the smaller patterns within, but yeah, we had another breakout, and now we're getting very close to the $2,000 mark, which we talked about is a big psychological level. So it's looking good. So we broke through that pattern. We could take a look at it's about to hit all-time highs again. And it's nice to see this. I got to talk to one of our subscribers yesterday and help them get a Coinbase account set up, and they actually did purchase some Ethereum. And luckily, they did it right before this breakout occurred. So they're already doing well today and feeling good about it. And yeah, guys, Ethereum is at all-time highs. It's $1 below all-time highs right now. So you can, most likely this is going to keep going for the day. Hopefully the momentum stays with Ethereum. Bitcoin kind of settled down after hitting 52K. It's been ranging between 51 and 52. And that's, people are, assuming it's going to settle there for a little bit. So that's why this money is pumping into some of these other coins right now, including Ethereum, up 5% today, and currently hitting all-time highs as we speak. So we'll see what happens. I mean, we could draw out this, what it's doing right now, and you see going from the top to, and then let's draw this. So we are hitting what seems to be the resistance from here. So this is on a 15-minute time scale, so all these candles are 15 minutes. So but still, this is over the day, and I would expect possibly another kind of candle like this if we are to break out through, if we are able to break up through here. So hopefully we get that. We can get up to 2K, and then, I mean, this is not financial advice, but Ethereum is the number 2 coin. It's been an incredible investment for anybody who's been in it, and it arguably has some of the best fundamental value for the whole crypto market as a whole. So though it has been growing a lot over this year, it is still due to kind of follow in Bitcoin steps, and we have a lot more to go before it catches up with how how well Bitcoin has done since its since Bitcoin's all-time high in 2017. Compared to that, to what Ethereum's high was, and we can look at the Ethereum Bitcoin chart here, which we looked at a while ago, or we looked at yesterday, but this is that 3-year trend line. I'll go to the weekly so we can see it a little better. But this is that 3-year trend line that we broke out of. This is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. So what one Ethereum is worth compared to one Bitcoin. So this chart is, what I base most of my investments off of, which a lot is in Ethereum. And, it's broke out of here, and now it's come and made support on it twice. And hopefully it's going to take off. And, when this has happened before, I showed you guys this yesterday, but it doesn't normally take Ethereum very long to catch that fire, to get going. And maybe getting past 2K will be that kind of bump that it needs to get up to all-time highs again against Bitcoin, which we have a long ways to go. So hopefully that happens, and anyone invested in Ethereum can make some profits there. And not financial advice, but this is the nicest, the most bullish chart for so far this year that I've been paying attention to, because of how long it's taken to finally break this, and what has happened in the past once it has broken this kind of pattern. So yeah, that's Ethereum, looking really good. And again, this is the dollar comparison, and looking really good. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. Again, we have, let's see here. We talked about Tesla, and I just wanted to read something. I talked yesterday how I thought they made as much in their Bitcoin investment as they did by selling cars in their last quarter. Well, as of today, the actual statistic is that they reported $721 million in profit last year in 2020. And they've already, in maybe a week or two, they've already made $725 million off of their Bitcoin investment. So they made more in the past week and a half off their Bitcoin investment than they had in the entire year of 2020, as far as profits go. So, when other Fortune 500 companies see that, they're not going to just sit back and say, oh, that's nice for them. They, most of them are pretty greedy and want to just improve their top line. That's all they care about. So they're going to not want to miss out on anything that can make them that kind of money. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So let me put the music back on. I don't know why it stopped there. And so I do want to focus on doing a lot of charting today. Let's look at the top gainers for today. I'm going to pull up crypto market cap. And so this is just the top 100 cryptocurrencies, but over the last 24 hours, we had Bancor making 48%. And Bancor is, I believe it's an Indian, it's based out of India, and it's another decentralized exchange like we talked about yesterday, Uniswap and SushiSwap. Bancor is it allows you to trade multiple cryptocurrencies. So really doing very well over the past 24 hours, and the past 7 days it went up 100% almost. And then we have Venus and PancakeSwap and Binance Coin. These are all part of the Binance Smart Chain. So like Venus and PancakeSwap is basically a clone of Uniswap, but it's on Binance. So they're kind of we talked about the whole centralized and decentralized part of exchanges and cryptocurrencies. Well, with all of the new retail customers coming in, it's seeming like a lot of them will don't care as much about the being decentralized as much as they care about just how easy it is to get on Binance and start trading like a ton of cryptocurrencies. So they're more worried about getting in on certain coins, making profits, than they are about the fact that Binance is a centralized corporation. So but yeah, this all just tells me that a lot of retail seems to be getting into cryptocurrency right now. And then we have Dogecoin going up 15%. We talked about that yesterday. But yeah, so those are the leaders today. But I want to focus on DeFi. So that stands for decentralized finance, which we talked about yesterday. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper into a couple coins. So the first one is Aave, and we'll pull up their chart. But Aave is a lending. It is the top. And let me just pull up. Let's see. Just gonna pull up DeFi Pulse here, which is, it keeps track of how much money is locked up into decentralized finance applications. And I remember, I mean, over the summer, it hit like 1 billion. And yeah, if we look at the 1 year period, yeah, back in the beginning of June, we hit 1 billion locked up in DeFi projects. And today we're at 40, almost 42 billion locked up in DeFi projects. And Aave is number 2. And Aave is in the lending category. They are focused on basically, it's decentralized, so it's basically just run by the people using it. And it's basically allowing people to loan out their crypto, their money to people who need to borrow it, and you collect the interest for that, which is like, it's kind of crazy that people are lending their money out to people they don't know over the internet through a decentralized application, yet it works, and there's really not many issues with it, because of there's a lot of security involved with it, but yeah, Aave is a leader in this, and they are also working on like being able to get a mortgage through them, where you can get a mortgage backed by crypto, or just a normal mortgage, except it's all decentralized, so you don't have to deal with like banks and everything that goes along with getting a mortgage like that. You'll be able to get a mortgage through Aave, and people will be supplying you the money rather than the bank. So most likely the interest rates will be a little lower, and you won't have to deal with banks taking advantage of you. So it's pretty cool, but they're one of the leaders in the market, and we're just going to chart them out. So this is Aave's dollar pairing, and we're just going to look at so we did have a little bit of a breakout from the channel that we were in, and now it looks like we are coming back down, and making support on that. So we'll see if it can hold. So we broke through this point and we're able to stay above it, but then we did break through this upward momentum it had, and that's why we came back down. but we're using as support currently. So we'll see. Hopefully, hopefully Aave can bounce here and make a higher high than here. That would be the goal, because right now we bounced, we made a higher low, but you really need to see we need to see something higher than this point here. That's the next point of resistance, and if you can get past that, we should be basically that would change the trend for Aave here, and hopefully start a reversal back up. And if not, you know, it's very possible that we're going to because we made a higher low here, we might continue to kind of tighten up here until, and maybe form a symmetrical triangle and then have a breakout either up or down. But we'll see what happens. But it's pretty good that we were able to break through that and now making support on there. That's quite possibly going to start out a trend reversal, and if we bring it out and look at the 12-hour, look at the picture as a whole, you know, Aave had some nice moves here over the past couple months. So you know, we came up, even though we had a big dip here, came up, made a higher high and a higher low compared to here, and we'll see, maybe we can come back up and make a higher high. That would be the goal for Aave, but it's looking pretty good here. And we can draw, let's go ahead and draw a Fibonacci retracement for Aave. So we're gonna take the top here and go down to the bottom. And so these are the levels we want to, and you can see we hit exactly on this 0.5, basically 50% retracement. We hit it twice as resistance already, right here and right here. And you know, the goal would be to move up these ladders, move up through these, and then hopefully come up here to the 1.6, the 1.618, and that could be, you know, a very good spot to look for. You know, if we do get up this high, it could relax a little bit, possibly consolidate more before moving up. So if you were buying Aave down here, you know, is very, you know, we broke this channel here, we hit the support. So that's a very good sign that if that's going to stay support, that might be a very good entry point to buy. Not financial advice, but if we were to, you know, bounce off of this, eventually getting up here would be, you know, would be a big target. So Aave's looking good right now. It had a little bit of a downswing, but you know, nothing compared to how high it came up. So this is very healthy pattern, and Aave is like a blue chip altcoin. It's very good. So it's a very good project. I know their team is well known in the industry. They have a few guys that have been in the crypto space for a long time, and during the summer, Aave just did incredible. I don't have the full chart here, but they were one of the leaders this summer. So yeah, they're looking good. And next we could go through the synthetics chart. So this is synthetics, and synthetics is bring the DeFi. Synthetics is down here. It's a derivatives cryptocurrency. So derivatives are basically instead of just loaning out money, derivatives are basically you're betting on an asset. So you know, the derivatives market is like a $60 billion market. Or I'm sorry, it's way more than that. I'd have to look. I forget the exact stat, but there's trillions of dollars in let's see. Okay. Yeah, in 2019, the total amount outstanding for contracts in the derivatives market was estimated at $640 trillion. Okay, but my point being a top derivatives crypto. When this does become mainstream, synthetics is going, you know, so much money could pour into synthetics if they get everything right in the derivatives market, because there's so much money in central finance derivative markets, trillions and trillions of dollars. And I mean, right now they have 2.6 billion locked up in synthetics right now. So, you know, even if they got 1% of the centralized derivatives market, they're set to do very, very well. And basically, derivatives are, instead of just lending out money and collecting interest, you're betting on an asset class like bonds, you know, retail or real estate, different assets. You can basically bet they'll do really well or not so well. So, but let's look at the chart for synthetics here, which looks pretty similar to a lot of the charts we've been looking at. Everything's been doing pretty well over the last few months. And let's just go to the 4 hour and see. It looks like we're forming a pattern over the past few days that could very well break out any minute. So, I mean, you guys see this, right? It's consolidation, but it's getting tighter and tighter. We're moving right in between the $23 and $24. And we will, let's dive into this a little deeper. We'll go to the 15-minute chart. So this is on a smaller time frame, but you know, there is not, this is a 15-minute chart, so there's not much time left before we break through one of these ways. So you know, but after we break through, you know, there's still more work to do. Let's draw. It's been in somewhat of a ascending channel as well on a longer time frame. So you know, if we break out here, there's a good chance we're going to come up here and test $30, which would be a big psychological level. Its all-time highs is 28.8, so that's most likely going to be a resistance level, as well as once we get up here to this line. So we'll see if it can break any of these, but we'll keep an eye on this for the rest of the stream. We'll see if there's a breakout that happens. But yeah, overall it's looking really good. Nice channel here. All right, so the next thing I was going to look at is Flexa, which is the leading asset in the lending, in the payments category for decentralized finance. So basically they're using decentralized finance and they're allowing companies to accept payments and people to make payments through their app, their DApp, decentralized app, and yeah, it's just another big tool used in the crypto market so that more retail investors can get involved, because the more and more, and this was a big thing with Tesla, not only did they buy $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, but part of that was they also filed to be able to accept Bitcoin as payment for their vehicles. So you could buy eventually you'll be able to buy a Tesla car with Bitcoin, which the more and more that companies start doing that, the more and more other companies can't ignore it, and have to make a decision on whether they want to be a part of it or not, because you might lose, you know, a car sale because someone wants to pay in Bitcoin, not in dollars. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to do that right now, but in the future, that could be, you know, something. So we'll see what happens with that. But Flexa payments, their chart, their token is named AMP. So we'll pull that up, and this actually looks really nice. This is a 4-hour chart, but I mean, this was only a week ago, and Flexa went up. Let's see how much it broke out here. I mean, it went all the way up to 5.5 cents. But that was a 332% gain. And then it came down, you know, that same 4-hour candle, it came back down quite a bit, but we're still looking at, you know, 250% gains here. And now look at this consolidation pattern. I mean, this just looks very nice. And let's draw this out. This not financial advice, but this looks like a very good entry for, like, it's gonna do something right very, very soon. We'll go to the 1 hour and just draw this out. Let's see, I'm gonna draw from where it calmed down a little bit. Let's see. I mean, it seems like it's gonna do. It's just getting so tight here that let's erase these. Let's go in even further on the 5-minute chart, because that's how tight it's getting here. Let's go to the 15-minute. So, I mean, this is on a shorter time frame, but I mean, it's just bouncing. It's so tight here, it's gonna make a move, one way or the other. But I mean, this chart just looks so good, and you know, making a move back up to its all-time high, which would be, you know, a good target for it to get to at least. Normally it would go higher than that, so but that's still, you know, I would expect it to get up there again, and that's like a 67% gain there. So yeah, Flexa looking really good. We'll see what happens with that. And again, that could happen any second. So I'm just going to take some screenshots of these. I think that's more of what is really going on here from this candle here after like the explosive top, and then it settled down into this channel. So I think that's what's going on here, and I think a move is pretty close to happening here with this. And so the move would be, let's see here. You know, it almost goes right back to the top here, but yeah, that looks good. That would be the target move here. So I just took a screenshot of that. I'm going to put it on my Twitter. here we go here. Here's so this is what it's gonna look like if you go follow me on Twitter. We got AMP, that's the coin, ready to move. And here's the chart we just drew. So that's what I'm going to try to be doing as much as I can, especially when things get really close to making a move. So we'll see what happens. All right, now if you guys want to take a look at Dogecoin, which we looked at a few days ago, or yesterday maybe, but it's making another move again today, and you can see it almost perfectly. Like, these patterns are no joke if you're trading. Look at this. You know, it had this is a descending triangle, which normally breaks up. And it had a double bottom here. You see this pattern? Right after we broke through. Look at that. Let's see how high it went. Like, if you got an entry here, not financial advice, but if you got an entry here and you know you were looking at this chart, 22%, and it looks like you know, it looks like it came back down, but it's setting a higher low and will probably consolidate a little bit and might have another little move up today. We'll see what happens, but you know, that's looks pretty good. Yeah, and if you had this pattern, if you were looking at this pattern, it was obvious what was going to happen. That's probably what's going to happen with that last coin we just looked at. So, not financial advice, but that's why people can be very successful, because a lot of retail traders do not do this technical analysis. They don't follow this technical analysis. They're just looking, you know, they're picking different investments and just putting their money into it. Most people are not educated like that, so that's why you can watch this channel and you know, if you're a little bit smarter than the rest of the people in the market and have a little more information, you're going to be the one making more profits, you know, because in a lot of these trades, some people are losing and some people are winning. You want to make sure you're on the winning side, and it's all about being prepared and looking for this stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Dogecoin. I don't really like Dogecoin, but it just goes to show you that people don't care about what, you know, all the people that caused this to happen in Dogecoin, they had no idea what Dogecoin does, and it doesn't do much of anything. But they didn't care because some people tweeted about it, and they wanted to be in on the action. And that works if you get in early, like right after it's talked about, but you can also think you're getting in at the right time and get in up here and lose a lot of money. So, but if you're following these sort of patterns, anyone smart isn't, for the past 10 days, almost 2 weeks, anybody who was following a good technical analysis of Dogecoin was not going to get into it until they saw a breakout of this line. But most people are not looking at any chart like this. They're just, oh, it went down from 8 cents to 7 cents. That's a good enough drop. I'll get in now. And if you're just more patient and waited, you could have got in all the way at 5 cents instead of 7 cents, which is what, 20, 30% more gains there. So you guys see what I'm saying. So that's Dogecoin. And let's check back on Ethereum here, because we drew this. We drew this today, just about an hour ago. And look at that, it broke up through. It was able to get through this pattern and had a little bit of a candle here. So if we go on the 5 minute, you can see once we broke it, we had a nice little upswing here, came back down, made it support. That's really good that we were able to make that support on this candle and this candle. So now we're up here. We could go along a little bit and then come back down and hit it as support again, but it's all about getting over those lines and then coming back down, making support. So Ethereum is looking good, over 5% today. Yeah, I'm hoping, we're $55 away from 2,000, from 2K. So we'll see. Momentum can happen really fast. These coins can move really fast once enough people feel confident in it. So we'll see if it keeps going up, and people start thinking, oh, it might break 2K and really go crazy. They're going to start getting in at 1970, 1980, because they don't want to miss out if it does get up there. So this is the Bitcoin chart again. This is something you can keep an eye on too. But we are staying really well in this. This is a 5 minute chart, so we were just talking about this. It came up, hit here perfectly, and came back down. This pattern is very real and will affect when there's a big move. We'll go to the Cardano chart, which had, I mean, this was February 1st, it started its move and went up a lot. Almost 200%, almost hit $1. So Cardano is now consolidating, and again, see what happens. We could draw this here. Move this up to here. So this pattern here, it might not actually end up happening, but it looks like it might end up being what's called a cup and handle. So let me get my drawing tool here. So we go something, this is the cup, and then it's headed on down, but if it just goes like this, that's the cup and the handle, that normally causes quite a breakout up there, and it might end up breaking resistance. But we'll see. It looks like it could also just consolidate a little bit. This big move down probably had to do with Bitcoin, but you could see as soon as it hit where this congestion was here, this caused a support line, and it got bought right back up and got right back in this channel. So if you ignore that one wick, if we draw it from here, on a short-term time frame, this is a 4-hour chart, but most likely there'll be, you know, that if it does break this, it'll be a move down, but it might just be continue to consolidate and get tighter and tighter until the move happens. But yeah, it's looking good. And so on this 4-hour here, we're making higher highs and higher lows. And so this is where the RSI can come in. Because here we're making higher lows and the RSI is making lower, well, from here to here, sorry, I was looking at here. So it's still going up. So yeah, it doesn't mean much right now. But we'll see with this pattern how it works out. But it's almost at, I mean, it's almost at its highest point, breaking its all-time high, and the RSI is still down at 57. So, I mean, it's basically consolidated enough to bring that see how overbought it was up here, and it's brought it down enough to where it's still very close to its all-time high, yet the RSI is, you know, not much above the middle of 50 here. So, you know, that definitely is a small signal that it could be ready to make a move up and hit $1. That would be key to break $1 for Cardano. But yeah, all these charts are looking really good. Nothing looks too bad here. I just want to take a look at this. Is the Bitcoin dominance chart, which we looked at I think a couple days ago. But basically, this is how much money, how much of the market cap is invested only in Bitcoin instead of the other coins. And we have been on a serious downtrend for since the beginning of the year, and we're going to see how long, you know, it looks like it might be leveling out here a little bit, and this is a big resistance point. It did make a higher low here from a daily higher low. Because we came up here, made a lower high, and now a higher low from this point. So it looks like it might be consolidating, and you know, might stick around this level for a little bit. It's kind of indecisive, but that will all depend on Bitcoin as well. So if it has a really big move in either direction, Bitcoin dominance will go up. But if it's kind of smaller moves, smaller breakouts, it'll either stay around here or could go down if it stays pretty relatively settled. But yeah, I'm just going to chart out as many of these for the next half hour, and then we'll call it a day. This is Polkadot, which we talked about yesterday. And you can see we have continued to make support above this Fibonacci level here. All right, guys. This is the graph. This is the cryptocurrency called the graph, and looks like it's gonna. It had a really good rally. It looks like it's gonna make a move soon as well. And I'm gonna try to post some of these on Twitter, but I'm gonna leave it there for today and kind of work. I want to get the stream set up where I have a bigger symbol here of what graph I'm working on, and just more of the kind of YouTube SEO type stuff, so we can get some more viewers in from the search. So I'm gonna take a little bit of time to do that, but thank you for tuning in today, and don't forget to leave a comment on any of the videos. I appreciate it, and yeah, I'll leave you with our intro movie, and I will be on Monday. The next stream will be Monday at 3 p.m. So thanks again, guys, for hanging out, and God bless everyone.